Okay, so if you already saw my short, you already know that Battlegrounds Matchmaking is unfair. Like, as a mid-res player like myself, you're strong, but you're not a whale. So, and then secondaries matter too. And my secondaries are kind of in the middle. They're not good, they're not the best, and they're not lackluster. They don't suck. They're kind of like in between all right and good, somewhere around there. I'm gold 5, but like 9 times out of 10, I'm in a lobby where there's 2 or 3 whales or people way above my resonance. Their secondaries are out of this world too, like over 8,000 secondaries, while I'm sitting at just above 5,000 on armor pen, and potency. The matchmaking needs to stop prioritizing queue times and prioritize stats, because whenever you get, as a mid player, mid-res, mid-secondaries player, whenever you get into these matches, you're either being tossed around like a rag doll, getting one shot. I mean, like, for example, earlier today, I had a match where I was going against a demon hunter, and they had to have been a whale. I don't know if we had any whales on our team. We probably had one, but this demon hunter was immune to damage, was one-shotting everybody, and we were getting spawn camped by her. She was the only one in the spawn going against like 7 or 6 other people. We couldn't do anything to her, and she just kept one-shotting us. And all these other people were around my power level, the same resonance, or a little bit lower, or a little bit higher. They need to stop prioritizing queue times, like making it so like queues are fast, and just go by stat based. Like, they read what your secondaries are, match you against people with around the same secondaries, resonance, or they can even just go based off of secondaries. Depending on what your secondaries are, that's what you get matched against. I think there are enough whales that do PvP where they would be able to find matches in a decent amount of time. There's enough players to where matchmaking could be good, to the point to where Battlegrounds wouldn't be so one-sided, or the mid-res, mid-secondary players just do nothing and get carried. And then the class matchmaking, like some matches, well, like the one match I had today had 4 Crusaders on the enemy team, and they were all doing the cowboy build. So like, that right there in itself, that's not fair. We had a decent team, but since they had 4 Crusaders, they steamrolled us because they were constantly doing Conjuration of Light. We couldn't do anything to them. We got spawn camp. Thank God they were not in our spawn. They were right out of the border, but still we couldn't push out because they just had too much Crusader power, I guess you could say. And I'm gold 5. I'm gold 5. This is the closest I've ever been to legend rank. And the only way I could climb depends on what class I am. It doesn't matter if I do a meta class or whatever. It seems like the only one that I could climb really fast with is Barbarian. And I think most of that is because of Undying Rage. Crusader, I have not seen if I could climb with Crusader. But I have a feeling with Crusader, once my Conjuration of Light expires, I would probably get tossed around like a ragdoll and get one shot. I'm not saying whales are a bad thing. Whales are a good thing, yes. But like, it's not fair to us mid-res and mid-secondaries players to get put into these whale lobbies, because I could lower my resonance and I'll get put into a better match compared to if I'm above 4K. It's like once you get above 4K, you're put into these higher difficulty matches than what you are whenever you're below 4K. And 4K, like I'm happy being 4K. I like my DPS output. I like my secondary stats. I'm in a comfortable spot, but when it comes to PvP, that's a whole different story. Like it feels like I have to spend more money, even though I already spent a lot of money on the game and I don't want to spend any more. So yeah, that's my hot take on the matchmaking in Diablo Immortal Battlegrounds. And I'm curious to see what you guys think. See you guys in the next one.